Yo guys, it's Shunka here, back with another video on TENET Productions. I hope you guys are doing well. Now we're back with another podcast. Now I'm humbled and I'm joined here with someone I met actually 5, 6, 7 years ago. And honestly, I lost count. And we were talking about business, we were talking about building our careers, we were talking about, working, making a name for ourselves, most importantly. And you know what they say, God works in mysterious ways. I'm joined here with him today. Alian, how are you, bro?
Nice to meet you, Shunka. It's been a while, and like you said, 5, 6 years ago, wasn't it, roughly?
Yes.
Last time I saw him, and at that stage, we were just sat in the car one time, discussing what you wanted to do. I didn't even have a clue what I wanted to do, but the ideas were in the air, weren't they?
100%.
And like you said, Allah works in mysterious ways. We bumped into each other on social media again, dropped him a message, and we're here now.
So, guys, it's weird as AJ actually popped up on my feed on social media, and again, I haven't spoken to this guy for a few years, and he's popping on social media, guys. His TikTok is firing. It got to a stage where one of my second cameramen, you probably might know, my nephew Owais, was like, "Yo, AJ's got a golf fall, this, that. Let's check him out." So then I dropped him a message, and lo and behold, AJ's accepted this invitation for a podcast, which I'm humbled for, and I've got him on here to give you guys an insight, give you guys some tips and tricks, especially for the younger generation out there that are looking for a better, that are looking for someone to maybe look up to as a role model. Someone to not the wrong people, but the right people, as a way of learning from AJ, learning from myself, and I'm here to give you some tips and tricks on what AJ can offer, as well as his experience and his story.
No, 100%. And like you said, role models, especially from where we're from, it's a small town, and me especially, I've grown up seeing a lot of wrong role models, and seeing people drive the flashy cars, go on the nice holidays, but they were making it the wrong way. And obviously back then when we were younger, I used to think to myself, yo, how do I get to that level? How do I be doing this at 21, 22, drive these nice cars, do what they're doing? And since that young age, I've worked hard, and obviously there's been a lot of hard work that you don't see from the screen because it's all behind the camera. You're only seeing the good stuff, you're seeing the limelight. But today, I guess, we'll break it down and talk through it about obviously the actual journey of it. Because obviously, like you said, I'm popping at the moment, but last year I was doing TikTok, but nobody really wanted to know me, bro. I'll be straight up with you. It was a thing where people wouldn't, not criticize, but it's like, oh, he's weird. They just took that negativity straight away. Oh, he's weird for doing that. But then in my head, I was like, I must be doing something right for them to comment like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I've just been consistent, bro.
I get that. And there's that saying as well. So first they laugh at you, and then they support you, and then they ask you how you did it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because
Yeah.
now, my following's at 17,500, right? Even me, myself, I say this to everyone I meet, I still don't think that's a lot of followers. Yeah, because we're in a small town, maybe it does appeal and look like a lot, but for me, I see other people with 100,000, 200,000, and I'm dreaming to get to that level, thinking that's fame or that's a really well-known person. But for me, all I'm going to say is this consistency in this social media game. The game is consistency, because I've been doing it officially now for about 1 year and about 2 to 3 months now. So we're talking about 15 months. And there's been a lot of people that I've met that have started it before me or whilst I'm doing it, but they've stopped. So it's like they've built all this momentum up for no reason. And it's like, what is the point? You need to be quite, because another thing is when you jump onto, you'll know this yourself, it's like when you pick a hustle, are you all in or are you 50%? Or have you got 1 foot in or 1 foot out? And for me, once I realized, okay, if I'm gonna do TikTok, I've got to take it seriously. If I'm gonna do it, I need to be all in or nothing. There's no point me showing my face, publicizing it, because as Muslims, we believe in Nazar as well.
We do.
It's a real thing.
Evil eye.
Evil eye, yeah, evil eye, which obviously some people aren't happy for you to have nice cars, or, even the way you dress or the way you speak. People sometimes aren't happy about that. But like I said, I've had that firm belief, if somebody else can do it, why can't I? That's always been my mindset in my head, okay, he's got 100, why can't I do that? He gets this many views, why can't I do that? So that's been my mindset, because I'll give you this is my tip to everybody that's watching, yeah?
That camera's for you. This
Okay,
camera's for
okay.
you.
The tip that I'll give to everyone is, yeah, copy and paste is all I've done. Social media is about innovation, but to your own type of style and put your own spin on it. Like, how many people do car reviews? There's loads. We've got Top Gear. Like, I originally started watching Top Gear as a young kid, always watched it, Jeremy Clarkson, they've all been my idols, and I just started doing car reviews. That's how it originally started. And the thing is, how many other people do that? There's loads, but I put my own twist on it.
Your own personality.
My own personality, exactly. And that's what built the traction to build my little community that I've got. So, yeah, it's been a long journey, but alhamdulillah, I'm happy where I am at the moment. And I'm gonna keep pushing. You'll see content non-stop. Like today, for example, before coming here, I went to a car meet. I didn't have to go. Do you see where I'm coming? This is what differentiates between a hustler who actually has a mission and a person that's just winging it. It's a Saturday. I could have just stayed in bed all day.
Could have, yeah.
But instead, I chose to go, especially you see the weather. It was raining really, really bad. We've had such a heat wave, and then they've organised this car meet, expecting it to be good weather, and I still went. Bad weather, still went. Didn't need to go, I still went, because it's my passion. I love doing what I do. Because one thing I think a lot of people fail to remember is, find something you love to do, it does not feel like a job.
I get that, I 100% agree, and it's exactly what I'm doing with TENET Productions. Just growing the brand for something that started off as a joke. I mean, I think it was just after, a few years after I met AJ, I picked up a camera and I rocked up to a gym, Seth's gym actually, and just started filming videos of myself. Again, people were laughing at me, like my own family were laughing at me, but now I'm supporting them with my income.
Alhamdulillah. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Because it's that statement, like you said, do you know what it is? How I say it, it's easy to look from the outside perspective.
Exactly.
It's easy to judge, it's easy to say this, that, but once you're in them shoes, it's completely different.
100%, I agree.
So going from there, so like I was saying earlier, it's easier to judge from the outside because it seems like it's easy. It's not easy, bro. Like today, for example, I was at this car meet, and he's about 15, this kid, and he's been messaging me on Snapchat. He's like, AJ, bro, I want to get into car reviews. I want to start TikTok. I goes, that's fine. If you're gonna do it though, are you all in though? Same as I was just saying earlier, I said to this kid, I was like, if you're gonna do it, there's no point you putting your face online if you're not got the intention of consistently doing it. Because why do you want that sort of attention on yourself? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you.
So with him, for example, like me, when I originally started off on, so I'll talk to you about the social media journey. That's true. So it started off about about a year and a half to 2 years ago. And basically I got to a point in my life alhamdulillah, I reached certain achievements which I thought I'd need a degree to do. I'd have to go to university and stuff like that. And alhamdulillah, the way I work is I'm just a hard worker. I've always worked jobs and just worked my way up, bro. That's how I've worked. And I got to that point where I got a really good job. And then what I did was I got into properties. I realized, okay, I've done something that my mum and dad wanted me to do if I got my degree and became a solicitor. I was doing a law degree, right?
Nice.
So if I was to become a solicitor and get into properties and buy the car that I had, I would have easily been about 28, 29, something like that, about 27, 28, because you have to specialize in a certain area of law. Obviously, you've got to get your training contract. So these years add up. And debt, of course, that's the biggest thing. So imagine this, right? If you were in my shoes, because I was in second year of uni, like I said, I got this good paying job. Uni loan so the debt was coming out of my wages. So I used to actually ask my lecturers, right? Honestly, I used to say to my lecturers, to their face in lecture, like, why am I paying my student loan back at this? I thought you only pay it back if you complete your degree. That's obviously the impression that goes, no. Once you earn above a certain threshold, they will start taking it automatically like it's a tax. So a lot of people don't understand this because many people don't get to that threshold. Let's be real. A lot of people go to uni and they don't get that high paying job, or they don't get to that, like the amount of money that, you know, certain people get where they get that tax. And it's only above, I think, 27,000, I think.
27, 28, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like crazy,
No.
but they still take it, do you understand? So when that was happening, I was like, wow, I've done all this at 21 now, so what can I do anymore now? I'm not gonna work more hours because I'm exchanging my life for someone that does not care. Because let's be real, they can replace me tomorrow. And that's just how working lifestyle is.
You're just a number.
You're just a number, that's it, you're just a number.
Sad reality.
And then obviously something just sparked in me from then. And I started off Snapchat. So this is where the social media began. I started off Snapchat because I used to have loads of different people on Snapchat, and they used to post all sorts of stuff. They get good views, and they had, like I said, I used to look at them, and a lot of people, like my parents, for example, you say Nazar. They'd be like, don't post this, don't post that. And that's just your parents. They care for you. They always care for you. They want the best for you. And they used to say to me, don't post this, don't post that. People aren't happy for you. And but then in my head, I used to have this theory like, okay, we've got Muslim influencers. We've got Amir Khan, for example. We've got like bigger people that are on bigger platforms.
Habib, for example.
Yeah, there we go. So these people, they've got millions of eyes on them. There's millions. And remember, in a million, let's have a million, let's average it out. There'll be maybe 500,000 that are supporting him and 500,000 maybe hating.
True, yeah.
So in my head, I used to think, okay, if these people can do it and still live the life they're having and still show their face on social media and still live in the countries or whatever they're doing, why can't I? So that's where it just sparked for me. And I started off Snapchat. And I'll be real with you, I was faking it. What I mean by faking it was I was pretending that I had loads of views on Snap, and I didn't. And this is, whoever watches it, they'll know, because from them snaps, I used to pretend like I was getting loads of views.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, honestly, I used to do a giveaway as well, right? £50 Amazon vouchers on Snapchat. I used to do it every like 3-4 weeks. And it wasn't like I was making money off it. I was just doing it to grow my Snapchat. But it was the wrong app. I wish I started on TikTok first. But
yeah.
It is what it is. You learn. This is what I mean. It is, and that's how I know God has a plan, because what happened with Snapchat, right, is people just kept reporting it. There was no reason for my Snapchat to get reported because I didn't post anything bad, illegal, anything to harm anyone. It was just content like what I get up on a daily basis, you know, meet my friends, go out, go for food. And I used to post like videos just talking about stuff. And if you think about it like this, so if I'm faking it already, with only maybe 200-300 views on Snap, what does that tell you about like the area that I'm from? Because
Toxic.
There you go, bro.
Toxic.
So it got to that stage where I had 2 Snapchats blocked, right?
Wow.
Imagine that. So I wake up, Snapchat gone. Obviously that I took as an L. In my head, I'm like, yo.
Couldn't you fight for it?
Well, the thing with Snapchat, it's just not secure. You can, but it's just so long and it's so hard to prove it, especially if you've got maybe, let's say if you post something and you've had about 15 people report it. And then with Snapchat, I lost one of my accounts. Then I thought, you know what, maybe God's testing me, maybe, because it's not easy. Maybe it's just my trial and error thing. So I made another one. Got blocked after a month or something maybe. And then I tried to make another one, but at that point, once it got blocked, my phone had a device ban. Do you know when Snapchat, you can't even download the app? So now you think about how much setbacks I had at that stage to think to myself, yo,
is it worth it?
Is it even worth it? Or is Allah or God, is God trying to tell me, nah, this is not for you, you need to stop? But then I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep going. And then what I did was I transitioned over to TikTok because I realized, okay, you can report me, but at least I can appeal it. At least then I've got actual people who can see what you're reporting me for and I can appeal it. And yeah, started TikTok maybe about a year ago, off of Snapchat. And with my TikTok, I'll be honest with you people, when I started, I didn't even post my face like that. What I used to post was quotes and a picture of myself. So it'd be in front of a car or whatever, just to gain a bit of traction on my account. 3 times a day, I was doing that solid for about 2 months. Got to 2,000 followers, and one of my friends, he's quite confident on the camera. He goes, you need to start speaking. You need to actually put your face out there and build a connection with your viewers. And then that's where it started from. Started doing food reviews, just going to random takeaways, buying what I wanted and just make a video on it. And yeah,
Yes.
And from there I was like, people are interested in watching it. And then what my mindset changed even more on top of was that there's way more than, there's a whole world out there compared to my town in Sheffield or wherever I'm from. Yeah, there's a massive world. There's like,
I agree.
because one of my first viral videos, right, was with a person from London, and she had about 100,000 followers, and I really appreciated her support because she didn't have to give me that opportunity. So she did TikTok, whatever. And obviously when I met up with her, she gave me a lot of advice because, again, she was on 100,000 followers. Bear in mind, I was on about 2.5, maybe 3. We did a collab, we made a video, 100,000 views, and it was just a simple skit, just a skit outside, I think it was Harrods or something. And from there, I was like, there is some serious potential in this game. Like, I've just come down, made a video with this random person. If we can do that, I can go back into my own town and make videos with other people. And that's the mindset then carried on again. But yeah,
That's sick, man. So you're like a social media influencer rising up on the ranks, but then at the same time as well, you're growing various other businesses, right?
Correct, yeah.
Let's talk about
that, yeah.
Let's talk about that. So let's talk about the first one, which is CV Mastermind, which I'm guessing a few of you viewers are watching this already know. Can you touch upon that a bit more? Why did you want to do that?
All right, so CV Mastermind's got a very, very good story behind it, because it all lands to uni again. You know, uni, yeah. A lot of people do hate on university, and I see why, because of the debt. You come out with a degree, you can't get a job, whatever. It's true, I agree with it. Obviously, now that I do CV Mastermind, I see it all the time. But the reason why this is so personal to me is because I remember when I was in uni, right, I was living there by myself. I was already in debt. So what I mean by that is I only got paid maybe £5,000 for my uni loan, and my actual rent was about 5.5. So I was already in debt for my rent. So back then, because I moved to a different city, it was in Leeds, I didn't have a job, no income. I was selling, you know, like vapes and stuff. So I used to go to Manchester, stock that up, because with the uni campus, there was no shops nearby.
No.
So hustler by nature, I'd say. But,
sick.
Nice. Yeah, so I was selling these vapes to get by. And at the same time, I'm trying to find jobs, right? I'm trying to find jobs. Nobody would hire me in Leeds. It got to that stage, I'm a man enough to admit it. I had to ring my mum. I was like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I was literally breaking down to the point where I just did not know what to do. I was at that point, I've never even borrowed money off anyone. I had to even go and ask one of my friends to borrow money because I just had nothing going on for myself. And this is the misconception with university, is that you're just trapped in these four walls, in your accommodation, especially people that move out as well. It's this accommodation, it's just a trap. It's not what they make it out to be. Oh, you go out every weekend. Yeah, they do. But what are they celebrating? Like, they're just all celebrating nothing. They're just trying to, but yeah, besides that point. So then basically, obviously going from there, that's where it started from. I was like, wow, I can't get a job. Why can't I get a job? And bearing in mind, I did have work experience behind me as well. It was maybe through the area, I don't know. But then maybe 6 months into the accommodation living there, what happened was I got reported for selling the vapes. This is what I mean. Yeah. I got reported.
These people are snitches, man. They're going to probably report my page.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, they reported me for selling vapes. So I had to stop.
Yeah.
So again, I was back on even more rock bottom. And then, so basically what I did, I had to actually go into an agency. So how I started off is through healthcare agency. And this is like the lowest, like the bottom of the bottom. So I got approved by an agency because they've seen that I've got some relevant work experience. They sent me out to a contract in a care home, right? I used to do 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. But again, weren't bothered because I was grateful to have that opportunity, bro.
Nice.
I'll be straight up with you. I was more grateful for waking up. Now I've got a purpose whilst in uni to wake up. All right, I'm waking up at 5:30, but at least I'm going to go make some money. So yeah, so for a good 6 months, I was doing that. And then in my head, the CV business never came into my head straight away. It only came when I started Snapchat. It's a strange one because once, obviously, that first year of uni went past, I was a lot more stable because after that job, I got the experience, and that's when I started getting into different doors were just opening. It's like there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. For anybody going through bad times, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
I agree, 100%.
And so then doors started opening. I started landing more job roles, working with higher paying agencies, doing different sort of roles. And then second year of uni is when I realised, okay, if I'm struggling, how many other people would be in the same position as me, where they are struggling to get a job? Forget uni students, what about school students, college people? So then, I'll tell you straight, I started it off as just a thing on the side. I used to post it on my Snapchat story. Oh, does anybody need a CV? Does anybody need help with recruitment, applications? Same with my Instagram. I just used to put it on the side, nothing serious. And surprisingly enough, people did need it. And it was like, the matter of fact is, the industry I work in, like now, I think unemployment is at the highest at the moment. It's one of the highest at the moment. And it's not just because jobs are taken or anything, it's just about having the right requirements, the qualifications, and the experience. Because a lot of people expect, for example, I get a lot of people, because I'm obviously doing car content, a lot of people want to do car sales, which is fine. But you can't expect to get into a car sales job with, for example, JD Sports experience. They might look at it and think, okay, you've had the communication, but where does it show you sell? Where does it show that you've communicated with a buyer and then successfully sold? Where does it show that you've handled objections? Because with sales, it's hard. It's not easy.
No.
It's a difficult sort of role, especially even with people that are self-employed. You're doing selling every single day. You're selling your business. But yeah, that's the origin of CV Mastermind. It's just literally down to how I was struggling to get a job. And then with my TikTok, so we'll get back to the social media, what I realized is this is a very, very, you will notice this is a very common thing right now with people with a big following. They don't know how to make money. So they'll have 100,000 followers.
They don't know how to monetize.
They don't know how to monetize it. I'm not talking about making money off the views. I'm talking about funneling your viewers into a side hustle that you may have or a business you may have.
Yeah, I agree.
And people don't understand that because a lot of people don't realize, right? This is why I'm so adamant, like not adamant, I'm quite, what's the word now? Let me find the right word. Firm, yes, that's it. Firm about social media and the number game because, like I said, I have a friend, I'll give you another example. So once I started blowing up a bit off TikTok, going about past 5,000-6,000 followers, that's when a lot of other TikTokers, but out of town, would reach out to me. And they started seeing the CV Mastermind thing. So once I started doing it officially, they started seeing that. And one guy reached out, he's like, look, I'll promote it for you. I goes, all right, okay. So what are you wanting? He wants 50%. And I'm thinking, right, so for you promoting it, and then me doing all the work, getting it all sorted, dealing with the clients, you want 50%. I goes, respectfully, thank you for the offer, but no thanks. And that's another thing with social media. It's a bit off topic. It's a very toxic game as well.
It is,
social media is toxic. That's why I say it's not cut for everyone. You have to be solid-minded. You got to be thick-skinned. Like, you have to be thick-skinned. If you're not thick-skinned, don't even think about it.
Don't think about putting your face on social media.
At all. No way at all. Like, because honestly, I am thick-skinned. I like somebody could say something to me now and I just wouldn't blink an eye. I would not care.
I'll just nod at them.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. If that makes you happy, that's fine.
I'm still making happy, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, with CV Mastermind, then obviously, like I said, I was just doing it as a side thing. And what I mean is, now the plan is to make it not even my main thing. It's just something that I enjoy doing now. And at this stage now, you've probably seen the videos now that I do. Before I started off, like I was saying, it used to be myself because I didn't have the, what's the word called? So the brand didn't seem as a verified brand, if that makes sense. So people would just think it's just a guy on social media selling something. But now, alhamdulillah, after a year and a half of been doing it consistently, it's a recognized brand by so many people, where now I've got I had 3 people working for me at the start. Now we've got 2 people that are doing full-time content for me, making these videos.
Skits, yeah, I've seen them.
Skits, have you seen them? Yeah.
They're
so
nice.
we do all these sort of content because that is what the next generation's about. So coming back to your point about monetizing and stuff, TikTok, you know, originally I thought once I got to 10,000 followers, I'll be making massive money. I'll be genuinely straight up, I thought, yes, once I get into this, you know, the CRP program, the Creator Reward program, because a lot of people, I know you want to know the behind the scenes, because a lot of people do ask me, they say, is there good money in it? No, there isn't. There is generally...
So competitive.
It's not even the competitive. I'll give you an example. For you to make a decent living off TikTok videos alone, you need to be averaging between, I would say, 250,000 views to 500,000 views a day. I'm not talking weekly, I'm talking daily. Because how they work is per 1,000 views, you'll get a certain amount. So like mine averages ranges between 40p to 50p. So if you're getting 1,000, and another thing on top, sometimes they don't even qualify some of your viewers. So let's say I get a video that's done 100,000 views, I'll only get paid sometimes for 50,000 because there's requirements. So they have to watch 5 seconds of the video, or it's just these little things that TikTok needs for you to actually get paid. So does TikTok pay? Yes, it does. Does it pay well? No, it doesn't. But if you keep growing, because there's other people that I've seen on TikTok, there's this guy that does raffles. I don't know if you've seen him, he buys cars from BCA, and he gets massive views. He gets maybe between 100, so every video he posts 3 times a day, will get between 100k to 200k on each video.
Wow. And
he'll be making at least £400 or £500 a day. But this is what I mean, I'm building up to that stage. So do you see what I mean? So like you're saying, yeah, I'm popping, but it's like, how would I say it? It is popping, but it's not to the stage of what these guys are on. Do you see where I'm coming from?
It always goes back to that saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. 100%. So you'll get there.
Yeah.
And it comes back on to, because myself and this page is known for content. So I know that you've been running social media, you've been doing 3-4 videos a day on TikTok. Let's talk to the viewers and to the people here about content and how important it is, and maybe like a routine on how you film so much content in so little time.
So, I'll be straight with you. So, mad thing is, right, this a couple people have approached me and said, we've gone through your videos. So some people have gone through all the way to the bottom to see what my first videos were. And the funny thing is, do you know what I started off doing with TikTok? Literally just replying to comments. So see with TikTok, right? It's not like Instagram or Snapchat, because with TikTok, you might have noticed it's more personal. It's like you get to know the person very, very well, if that makes sense. It's not like an app where, like Instagram, all you see is funny videos or random skits and stuff. It's not like the actual content creator. What I used to do is, when people used to comment on my video, like you just said, because me, if you've seen it 3 times a day, no matter what, guys, yeah, I've been posting 3 times a day for the last 13 to 14 months. Non-stop, 3 times a day, regardless, 3 times a day. And that's just by copying what other people have said. Do you understand? So I've just copied the plan that they've been saying, I post 3 times a day, because it's easy to say. It's very easy to say. Now, I could say to all you guys watching, post 5 times a day. But how many will you do that, even on the days you don't get views? Even on the days that you get a lot of hate? Even on the days you think it's a sick... Like, I've had times, right? I've gone to the Peak District, done a full-on movie. I think to myself, it's a movie scene. I'll post them, 1,000 views. Some people would stop because they're thinking, wow, I put so much effort into this video and I've only got 1,000 views. But then at the same time, I'll make a random video, and that'll do 100,000 views. It's so unpredictable, TikTok. So, going back to your point about how do I keep the idea. So originally when I started, it was literally replying to comments. So I used to use my car as leverage. So let's bring the car into it. So when I jumped on TikTok, the reason I believe I got a lot of hate is when you watch TikTok or you watch social media or YouTube, you usually see the build-up of someone's career on there. So usually you see them, like, let's talk about Sidemen and YouTube, for example, like them. You saw them in their bedrooms, starting off in their own houses, then they started buying cars, then they lived together, then they did their holiday, and now look at them, they're on the ball right now. Me, for example, no, I've just come onto TikTok with a nice car at a young age, and then obviously it made a lot of people feel I don't know why, I saw it as motivation, because for me personally, my mindset is, if anybody younger than me is doing better than me, I'm like, what are they doing that I'm not doing?
I need to know.
Exactly. So in my head, it was always like that. But I do believe that's the reason I did get a lot of hate. Is just having a nice car at a young age, doing it halal, which is legitimate, not having to do anything crazy, dodgy, nothing, by the books, having a job. That's all I did. And the goal far, that's what I'm known for. And I'm happy to be known for that, because I know a lot of people say, if you go far, but what else would you want to be known for? I don't want to be known for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? I'd rather be known for a car than anything else. So originally, one of my friends, he bought a GTI he does TikTok himself, he's got a good following. And he said to me, because I used to post this, not same videos, I just used to rinse it. I used to make videos with my car, every single day. I'll give you an example, guys. I used to do 12-hour shifts, right? Full time, this is what I mean. So, how you're saying, how did I balance it? So bearing in mind, I used to work full time, and these are 12-hour shifts, so I'd be doing 4 a week and 5 a week. So that's a lot of hours.
Crazy hours.
A lot of hours, isn't it?
Crazy hours, man.
So I'd finish work, fly straight home, get one of my brothers in the car, straight to a spot, and that's it, boom, we start recording. Every single day we did that for about 6 to 7 months. Every single day, without a doubt, we were doing that. And that's when I started dropping my hours, once I got to that stage where CV Mastermind was supporting me. So then I could put more hours and time into the social media. With the comment section, it's about, with TikTok, it's a strange one. The more comments you get, the more your video gets boosted. That's just how it works. And with the algorithm, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert about the algorithm, but after a while, when he said that to me, it made sense, so I rinsed it. I'll be straight with you. With the blue Golfer, a lot of people know me for that car. And I did it over and over and over again, making videos of, for example, 5 things I love about my car, 5 things I don't like about my car, 5 things that I would modify about my car. So you know how you're saying, how did you keep getting these ideas? It's just literally playing it on it slightly. 5 things I wish my car had. So I was doing these videos, it riled up the comments, and then these people, again, I'll tell you this now for free, everybody I meet will always say the same things if they see me on TikTok. I don't understand why you get so much hate. And for me personally, I don't understand either. Maybe, like I said, it might be the theory that I've got a nice car and I come onto it and they don't know who I am beforehand. They don't know, like, because I don't have a digital, so put it like this, with these people on social media, they have a digital footprint. So, you know, from the past or what they've done, I have none. So I've come on TikTok with this car, and then obviously I like holidays, so I've done a lot of vlogs and TikToks whilst on holidays as well. So yeah, I've always tried to, because how I see it is, like I said, it's toxic as well, this TikTok game. I've had a lot of influence with bigger followings message me and reach out to me and say, pick a niche. You can't just be doing all sorts of videos. Stick to car reviews. Or I've even had comments like, oh, come back to me when you get to 10,000 followers and we'll make a video. I've had everything you can think of. One thing that did stick with me was one guy, he said, you need a niche. That was a very common thing. They're like, you might have heard it, like a lot of people do pick a niche. They'll either do banking or something like that, or they just strictly food reviews. In my head, I was thinking, no, I'm not doing that, because I don't want to be known for food reviews or just the car guy. I want to just be known as AJ, like the guy who just makes videos, because what it is, let's say now I just stuck to car reviews. I have limited myself from 3 videos a day, like we discussed, to maybe just doing 3 videos a week. Because that's me trying to find someone to give me their car, letting me review it, and again, it's finding these people, especially at a low following, it's a lot harder. Like now, way easier, I can put it on my snap and I get a lot of people saying, yeah, do it. But back then, when it's the build up and working hard, no one was gonna give me a car like that. So that's what I was originally doing. And yeah, with the content ideas and stuff, over time, what you realize is, it's about being creative. Again, it comes down to mindset. If you're not a creative person, you're not going to get far in the game. Honestly, you have to be creative, because again, you'll see people on TikTok, they do the same ideas again, or what they do is do drama. So me, for example, I did start off and I got involved in drama unintentionally, you know, through like live battles or whatever. But I made it very, very clear that I will never ever get involved in it again. And I can touch wood, and you viewers can watch me, I've never been involved in it again. And back then I used to think, look at that, look at how much clout I got off that, because it was crazy. It was a weird one, because it was my first, not breaking TikTok, but it was the first time when I was seeing people recognize me for something, but it was the wrong reason. It was just like an argument on TikTok Live and stuff, and I was like, nah, I don't want to be known for that. No. I don't want to be known as an instigator or a person that, you know, has to argue to get no way. And I made a promise, and I never did it again. I never joined anyone that would antagonize me, anybody that would swear at me or anything, because it is a toxic game, like we said. People do all sorts of stuff on TikTok, but I stayed away from that. And yeah, so with the breakthrough, I just realized at one point then it was, people will watch you for your personality.
100%.
They will watch you. As long as, this is what I'm saying, like I could do car reviews like a robot. I could just be like, yep, this is for example, I've got a Merc behind me. Yep, this is a Mercedes C220, and just list, you know, just like a list. But instead, no, I put personality into it. I put a bit of effort into it. Give it a bit of a remix so people know, oh, that's AJ who's doing it.
Yeah, okay.
Coming back to the niche as well, because a lot of people will say it. So anybody trying to do TikTok or social media, they will say choose a niche. Like,
I would jump in on this one. For my knowledge, I'd say, okay, having a niche is great, but with the niche, I only would choose a niche when you've hit a certain threshold.
Okay, yeah.
So, like for example, when you're first starting off, I'd do everything. Same with my videography career. I did everything. I did music videos to boxing videos to gym videos. Now I just mainly focus on weddings and then commercials throughout the out of the wedding season. So when it's the summer season, I focus mainly on weddings. When it's winter season, I then do my consumer sort of content for a lot of takeaways, businesses, clothing brands. But yeah, it goes down to selecting a niche. Now I could just still be doing gym videos, but
you're limiting yourself though, aren't you? You could limit yourself.
I'd rather knuckle down on one thing and be the master at it.
Oh, 100%.
And then have a name for myself as TENET, the videographer, the wedding videographer.
There you go. Yeah,
and exactly. Yeah, I mean, but then again, I know with juggling lots of things, you confuse a client. But
yeah.
You know what it is? It's mad because we're doing content, but we're in totally separate fields.
Yeah, 100%.
So it goes down to being very clinical in your questioning. When you question yourself about what you're doing in content, let's say you picked up your phone, you want to shoot content. think about what you want to do and think about it clearly. Use AI as well to help you out. Let's talk about AI, man.
Yeah, let's talk about
that is popping, bro, right now. Like ChatGPT, obviously ChatGPT is regular now, but there's so many other AIs that are out there. Do you use it for your
for TikTok, I'll be real with you. I started using it when I do run out of ideas. Straight up. And what I learned about it is, the thing with ChatGPT, right, is, I'll give you a quick fact. I don't know if you know about this or not. The UK system has not implemented it into the education system, right? China has, America has, a lot of countries now have implemented AI into the systems. Why? Because kids are getting onto it. Everybody's getting onto it, like you just mentioned, yeah? So the UK at the moment is around 200 to 300 years behind these other countries because they just don't have it in the education system, right? Number one. Second of all, with AI, do you know what it is with AI? I'll give you two opinions on it. One, for social media, excellent, because when I do run out of ideas, I'll put it into my ChatGPT and I'll say, give me 5 ideas that are controversial or whatever it is that I need, and it will give me them ideas, right? But sometimes them videos don't do well because they are not natural. They have not come from me naturally. And I'm not saying it looks like it's been set up, but it's not from me. It's not my thought process. It's not me who's made that idea. It's come from a computer system. Then second of all, with Chat AI, another thing that I was speaking to a medical professional actually was, because of how the UK's response is to Chat AI, we've got students now who use it obviously for their degrees, whatever, yeah? Now let's say you have a doctor who's done all his degree through Chat AI. Now you're on the side of the road and this obvious student has obviously used Chat AI. What's to say he won't just pull his phone out before actually seeing you, quickly check what can I do? Because you need to remember, you know, when people don't use that, they actually have to learn. You have to actually learn because I studied law, and a lot of people were using it. That's when it originally came out. So this was about 3 years ago, about 3-4 years ago, it was coming out, you know, out the pipelines and properly stuff, because there's different versions, like you said. So back then, everybody was using it, right? But there was ways about of using it. But again, it comes down to, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing, straight up. But for content, sick, because you can get ideas off it, but if you can pull it off naturally, it works even better. But for me, where ChatGPT worked the best is Instagram. Instagram's been a bit of, not a great sort of platform for me. It's always been there for more like showing people what I've been up to. So like the holidays, if I bought a car, or just, you know, like on Eid, or so like our Christmas basically, you know, just posting family photos, whatever. And then I got to the stage where I started seeing people with Instagram followers and they get good views, and I was like, how do I grow it? So I was at a stage where there's a certain word for it, I forgot it, but it's like where you hit a wall and you just can't get past it. 900 followers.
It's called hit the wall.
Yeah, literally, innit? Hit the wall. 900 followers. Bearing in mind, I had 10,000 followers on TikTok as well. So people weren't going from TikTok to my Instagram. So, you know, like that funnel thing I was saying, just not happening. So Instagram, I realized, all right, I need to do something because there must be something in Instagram. Because again, I thought to myself, why are people posting on Instagram trying to get so many followers? Why? Why are you posting on there if it's so hard? So all I started doing, guys, was phone out, steering wheel, mic set up on the back, and literally if you go on Instagram, you'll see a lot of people posting car videos where it's the ASMR of the exhaust sound. They'll have a mic on the back and they'll have a GoPro and they'll just record the steering wheel whilst driving. It could just be interactions with the public or just driving in general with a caption, whatever. Did that so I started in January, we're in July now. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So 7 months, I'm now on nearly 4,000 followers. Nothing crazy, but there's traction there. So from 900, I went past that wall and then I gained traction. Same with the video. With Instagram, what I'd say is, you don't get paid, but the opportunities can be better. Like me personally, I was just saying earlier, that I got invited to a car launch. Like, who am I to go down? Like, this is just how I see it. I'm quite humble in the sense of like, who am I? I've only got 3,500. Well, when they invited me, I had about 2,500. And I got a random message on Instagram. It seemed not real, it seemed fake. They sent me a long message saying, hi, we enjoy your content. We'd love for you to come and attend our launch of the Sea Lion BYD new car. And I was like, all right, no problem. Agreed to it. They sent me it. They paid me for it. They gave me reimbursements as well. Me and my friend went down in London. It was a full-on, and I'm not even taking it was like a full-on launch of a brand new electric car. And I was just standing there, I was like, what? Like, how am I here? There's people in suits. There's multimillionaires from China that have come in. There's investors from the UK that are sat here, and I'm here with them. And what's different about me? I just do social media, and I'm in the same room as these guys. And that was just via Instagram. And again, then from there, it's like a snowball effect. I'm not saying I've made crazy money about anything. I get opportunities all the time. People DMing me saying.
Before you carry on with that, how was your demeanor in when you were, let's say you went for the BYD shoot? How did you act for the younger generation? Like, let's say you're going for something above your scale. How would you act?
Okay. So when I went down, I'll be real with you. It was something that I did not expect. I did not originally think it was going to be as big as they made it out. I thought it was just going to be like one car there. And I'd just go there, do a video on it, and that's it, go home. It wasn't nothing like that. Like I said, I was out of my depth on that event because it was an official car launch. So when we arrived there was at least 200-300 of these cars, these new cars parked outside in the arena. They had a full arena for this event. And the way I kept myself there is number one, when you're out of your depth, is be the quiet one. That's the way my approach is, right? My approach is if I'm out of my depth, or I know that this is somewhere, I'm going to learn something, or, I'm not confident here, I stay quiet because I observe. I observe what this person's doing, what that person's doing. So first thing, I'll tell you this now. I went down in a tracksuit, right? Because that's just how I dress. Yeah, that's like, I'm a comfy guy. I like wearing comfy clothes. I went down in a tracksuit and all these guys were in suits. Think about that. Then obviously when it came to the content, now this is where it differentiates like me from them. I've jumped on camera. I've got a crowd watching me because of how I speak. So basically, like I said, I was in a tracksuit. They put a mic on me, and I've gone and done this video for them on their new car. 24 hours, 20,000 views. Just because of the way I speak, the lighting, the background, because it's not always, okay, yeah, you have to present yourself in a certain way. I completely agree with that. But for me, because I didn't expect it to be such an actual official launch and so professional, I literally went down in a tracksuit. But that didn't change their opinion on me. They still accepted me to come in. They still were happy for me to do content, because you got to remember, guys, you got to be happy within yourself. It doesn't matter. I could be wearing shorts and no top tomorrow, but I'll still be the same. I could be wearing branded designers or no, I'll still be the same person. And it's character that carries volumes in this social media game. That's what I think is, my conclusion is, it's your character. If you've got no character, you've got no substance, and you're better off just sticking to working a job. I know it sounds like I'm being demeaning, but it's not. It's because the social media, you have to have something about you. If you don't have it, you're gonna be hitting that wall, like I said, about forgetting Instagram, on TikTok, because I see a lot of people that post, they can't get past a certain amount of views. And okay, you need to question it yourself, like I did with my Instagram. I questioned myself with the 900 followers. But for people, a quick tip and advice, if you're at a wall, question yourself, what is it you're doing wrong? Because there must be. Why is it maybe someone else is posting similar to you, getting way more views, but you're not? So it's about adaptability as well. Social media, you have to adapt non-stop. Same with business. So you know how we were talking about the social media funnel in business, like CV Mastermind? It didn't just start off as me posting on my social media and that's it. I've had to go through creating a website, registering the company, making it verified, putting people on the books, doing social media, getting the right cameras, getting the right mic to make sure it runs smoothly as an operation and as a business as well.
I agree.
So, yeah.
Good, man. Moving on to the next bit, which is another thing that you've recently launched on your social media.
Yes.
It's a product, right?
Yes, let's talk about that. So, Grit Fuel, that's what we've launched. And shall I tell you the background behind that one, yeah?
Let's do it.
There's another guy called Theo Barrett. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's from Leeds, right?
Rings a bell.
Have you heard of BioRevive? No? It's another supplement company. It's fine. Some people might have and not have. Honestly, I'll be straight with you. Copy and paste. So, again, with social media, what it is, yeah, you copy it, but you put your own twist onto it. So you might notice around here, we do have a lot of, not influencers, but we have people that do promote their own little products or whatever. But what Theo did different was he got in shape. Well, he was kind of in shape anyway. They called him the UK Ashton Hall, so that gives you a bit of an understanding of his build and how he is. So they called him the UK Ashton Hall. And he has used TikTok to his leverage, where he'll make 5 to 10 videos in a day, with his supplement. So he created a supplement, which was, I think it originally started off with maybe Tonga or something like that. Or I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I watched his journey. I've got him on Snapchat, and he posts his results. He posts the figures he's making. And again, the same ideology that I have is, if he can do it, why can't I? If he can go and do these numbers, why can't I? So yeah, the story behind Grit Fuel is, guys, basically, I bought a car. It was an A35, a Mercedes, a couple months back, right? Had a lot of issues, whatever, engine went, and I was in a position where I didn't have a car for 3 months. In that 3 months, guys, eating like an idiot, not exercising, put on a load of weight, and I was just not in the best shape. Physically, I wouldn't. I used to wear bigger jackets to cover my belly up. I'd wear bigger jumpers and stuff. I wouldn't go out in a t-shirt. Even on my videos, it got to that point that I just would not do a video without a jumper or a jacket on. So I made a promise to myself, once I buy my new car, whatever, I want to get onto this fitness thing. And what I did at the same time, I've never took supplements before. Never, ever. I've always been like just naturally trained, whatever, drink me drinks. Maybe at a push, I'll have a pre-workout at a push. Apart from that, never. So for them 3 months, I thought, you know what, I'm all in or nothing. Same concept with CV Mastermind, same concept with TikTok. I was like, I'm gonna try and get into the best shape of my life, because if I don't do it now, when am I gonna do it? That was the mindset behind it. And then in that process, I've taken the other people's products. So I used to order theirs. So it was Shilajit, Tonga, I've tried ashwagandha, I've tried all of these things. And in them 3 months, I was at about 92, 93 kg. So now, currently, I'm at 76.
Nice.
77 to 76. 76 on a good day, but 77 on average. That's took me 3 months. And I'm not gonna say at all that it's a weight loss thing. I'm not gonna say this supplement is gonna make you just drop weight. No, it's there to help you with extra energy. That's what it genuinely helped me with. It's giving me that power to push through extra reps, because I'll give you something to think about here, yeah? If you look at a corner shop, right? If you want energy, what can you get naturally? Like, what's natural in a shop that you can buy for energy? Think about it, think about it realistically. If you went into a shop, apart from coffee, what can you buy for energy to boost you, which is natural?
Water, literally just water.
Water, that's got no sugar. Yeah, obviously, that's just water. They only promote like Red Bull,
yeah,
Monsters,
Red Bull, Monster.
Yeah,
They aren't good
for you though, are they?
No, they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
So if you think of it like that, so then I've come back from Thailand maybe a month ago now. In Thailand, they serve everything over the counter. Shilajit, ashwagandha, Tonga, all of these things are available by a shop. We don't have nothing like that. And it does make you question it. That's another topic for another day, obviously, with the government, why that's happening. But that's why people sell supplements, because there is nobody doing it. There is not a shop you can enter and say, okay, I want this amount of Shilajit. You have to order it online. So with Grit Fuel, yes, we brought samples in. It went off like a storm. I need to bring you in some as well so you can try it. And obviously, the thing with it, why it's doing so well, alhamdulillah, we've had a very, very good reaction with our pre-orders that have gone live, is because, I'll give you an example. You know, Shilajit, it comes as a resin, dark liquid. Now, let's say you had a 8 o'clock shift in the morning. You wake up so I know a lot of people wake up last minute and go to work. Who has actual time? Scoop it out, put it in hot water, stir it for 5 minutes, then drink it. Instead, you can have it in a gummy form, and as strong as well, which is 1,000 milligram. Now we'll talk about Tonga, because Shilajit is it's well known now, Shilajit. A lot of people know the benefits of that. Now let's talk about Tonga. That one's not discussed as much because it's coming from Asia, right? And it's not really like everywhere I speak to in my gym, they only take creatine. That's another very common thing. But with Tonga, what that does is, it's another natural supplement to boost your energy, to give you that extra libido, to give you that mental clarity as well. And for people that think, oh, it's placebo, this, that, whatever, that's fine, you can think that. But until you actually try it and be on the cycle, then you can make a judgment. But yeah, that's the story behind Grit Fuel. And with Grit Fuel, we're going to be bringing other things in as well. So I want to bring creatine hydrochloride, there's another monohydrate. We're planning to bring in 4-in-1 ones as well, so like CMOS, ashwagandha, Shilajit, and there's another one we want to add to just give back, because what it is these are natural things to just make you feel better, make your body run smoother. And until you start taking it, you can never tell if it works or not. Because now I've run out of my own supply, straight up. and for the last 2-3 weeks, tired, feel like lack of energy. I know it might sound like, oh, he's trying to sell his brand. No, not at all, because I've actually been on the cycle. So I've actually been on it for consistently for 30 days, and now, because I've run out of my own supply, I'm struggling. I don't have it. And obviously I've been necking these Red Bulls and stuff, and that doesn't hit the same. Because even your sleep, it gets to that stage where you will sleep even better. Nice. But obviously, yeah, like I was saying, it's had a very good reaction with the community. Yeah, that's
amazing, man. So, AJ, we're coming on to the end of this podcast series, and I really enjoyed the time spent.
No, it's been good. It's been good.
Got to know you a bit better, bit more better than how I met you 5 years ago. Massive changes, good changes actually.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm just gonna give you some quick fire questions.
Go on then, let's hear it.
Starting with for the first one, if you were to restart your journey again, what would it be? What would be different and why?
With TikTok or
with everything?
With
your whole
everything.
journey.
If I had to restart, what would I do different? That's a good question. That. What would I do different if I had to start again? That's. I would say, go into business straight away. I wish that, because back even when we spoke, I tried to do different businesses, but once I just didn't get a client for maybe 2 weeks, I just sacked the business off. That is wrong. You shouldn't do that. That's what business is. Business tests your patience, your resilience, and it only rewards the people that go through that tough time. And that is something I would definitely change. Like the businesses that I started when I was 18, 19, if I was consistent, I would be in a much different place, I think.
Okay, so AJ, moving on to the next question, is what is the biggest problem you faced in the last 18 months of you being a TikTok influencer and owning your own business?
So I'd say is juggling everything. It's just because what it is when you're coming from a working lifestyle to then try and transition onto online lifestyle, it's not easy because you have to completely change your routine. You have to completely adapt. So let's say I'm on shift, I have to still do my social media. So you've got to think of it like that. It's about juggling your time effectively. So the hardest thing I've come across is managing my own workload and managing my social media to the point where the social media starts getting better and takes over my work. So even now, I've not left employment just because it's that safety net I have. But inshallah, man, I think everybody's trying to work towards that goal where it's work for yourself completely, not having to answer to anybody, but it's just part of the process. And what I've learned is sabr, like patience. What do they say? It's patience is a virtue.
100%, I agree.
And I've learned that.
I agree.
And I don't rush anything. So even like now, a lot of people do say to me, why don't you leave your job? Why don't you just go out? Yeah, I could, but you're not going to be paying my bills. You're not going to see you don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
True.
Do you see where I'm coming? Yeah, I could leave my job, you're right. But you don't know what my finances are like. Do you see where I'm coming from?
You don't know my struggles.
So it's easier said than done. I'd rather be patient, carry on my job till I know I can say bye-bye and still live comfortably.
Nice. So. And this comes on to my last question before we end this podcast. AJ, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
25 years. So, do you know what? That's a very good point. Again, for the viewers that are watching, planning ahead. You know, one thing I've learned from a lot of successful people is they plan. They look long-term. There's no short-term stuff. You have to think long-term. What are you going to do? So 5 years, it's a good question. I'm 23 now. So in 5 years, I'll be 28. Where do I want to be by 28? Inshallah, bro. Definitely six-figure business owner, 100%. Inshallah, six-figure business owner, maybe millionaire. I don't know. It depends if Allah wants to give me that barakat or it's in my journey. Is it written for me? I don't know. But the target is that I want to be I want to be a millionaire before the age of 30. And it's all about. This is another thing I'll give you, and even you might know this, or it's like compound interest. If you want to reach somewhere, it's about the small. You know, a lot of people like, I want to make fast money. I want to make money. Yeah, it's not about making money. It's about changing the smallest habits and then implementing it daily to your lifestyle. I'll give you a quick example like mine. I post every day. You've probably seen I post every day, bro. No days off at all on my social media. No days off, because what it is how can I expect to become a millionaire by slacking? How can I expect to be a six-figure business owner if one week I post and then 2 weeks I don't? It's about consistency. It's about having a plan. So like I said, 5 years, inshallah, I want to be in a different area, beautiful house, something like that. Or
Married.
Yeah, inshallah, I'm married as well. That's one key thing as well, marriage. I think we should do a podcast separately for that as well. That's a good topic, that. That's a good topic, that. But yeah, man.
But especially about the younger generation.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That in itself is a whole.
It's a whole. That's got to be its own podcast. That's got to be its own podcast.
But nice. It's a good job you touched upon that as well. But no, that's. I think we'll call it a wrap there. It's been roughly about an hour, and honestly, it's been a great learning. Like myself, don't get me wrong, being in this industry of videography, there's still always room to learn. There's still always room to learn, especially for business, because like myself, I'm a creative. When I started my business as TENET Productions, I didn't know much about the business industry. So again, everything for me is knowledge. Everything for me is I'm learning, still growing on again, and I'm inviting so many grateful guests on this podcast. I really enjoyed this one, AJ. It's been good,
man. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man. And listen, guys, AJ, where can we find you?
So TikTok, AJ7.5R, same with my Instagram, same with Snapchat. It's all the same. I make it easier for everyone. Literally, AJ7. That's another thing as well. TikTok handles, whatever handle you have, don't make it complicated. Don't make it harder for your viewers to, because you know what it is. New thing with our generation is they just want everything quick.
Yeah.
They don't have the time or patience. Just make it easier for everyone. AJ7.5R. Thank you for everybody that has listened to it all. I hope I've actually dropped some gems as well for some people, because this is me honest. Because obviously you get my TikTok persona. That's not me. That's my character. Do you see what I mean? I'm Alian. That's my real name. I'm Alian, bro. You know me as Alian. But obviously AJ is the character, is the persona. And yeah, bro, it's been a good chat.
Good, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it out to a friend that likes golf balls, because this guy's got the golf ball.
That's it, the golf balls, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. Take care.